the moment we are looking at Team 2, the Infinity Clan, with the cardio front and centre so far, with Team 8 just to the right, Team 5 running by, and Team 15 standing waiting. The flight path is yet to be revealed, but with locations such as Pachinki, Primorsk, Military, Georgopol and Rozhok, the well-known hot drops of Erangel, you can almost be certain that there will be some fighting going on throughout this match, with each team trying to be the winner. It appears as though Team 1 has just one player in the team. Whether that is an accidental glitch or not, I'm not too sure. But now the flight path has been revealed, crossing Quarry, Ferry Pier, Military Base and Nova Retnoy, the Georgopol of Military, and a well-known hot drop and a very good loot drop. And we are still looking at Team 2 with teams 17, 21 and 10 dropping early, along with teams 19 and 4 following just behind. Some members of Team 21 appear to have separated briefly. Whether they come back together is yet to be seen, but it appears as though J is going to the left, with AG going to the right, with Vision Team dropping near to the ferry pier, and teams 9 and 3 going north towards Georgopol and the hospital, possibly following up the road to look for a car. And here we go, Team 2 has just dropped and they are going across towards Milta Power. With all the teams on the left hand side, let's jump over to the task team, who have just managed to get a knock. And there is Task Emil with 1 kill so far, and he is near to hospital and appears to be on his own at the moment. Whether that is a strategic move to separate, I am not too sure, but with a kill to his name, surely we can't be annoyed at that. And then we see Task Andrex just being knocked, so let's have a quick look up there. And Andrex has just been knocked by Team 10, who is PDX, with Marina nearby trying to get the revive, with Pratik just coming around on the left hand side. And here we see Marina trying to get the revive, with Team 10 coming around on the left hand side. And there we see Andrex knocked again by Pratik, with PDX getting Marina and Pratik punching Andrex and PDX punching Marina. So that is 2 members of the team down for the task team, Team 3, with White and Emil still remaining, with White focusing on Pratish at the moment from a rooftop prone. And there we see AG getting a couple of knocks just there. So let's jump over to them. And they are Team 21 over in Gatka at the moment, with Team 12 running in, with grenades being thrown. And there is Flip being killed there by T-Pack, leaving Jay and Chahal just driving in on a Jeep, trying to revenge their teammate, with Chahal and an AKM in the driver's seat. who will teach a hole, trying to get through a window with a bit of difficulty there. Still holding the AKM. And there we see Otto getting a knock on the left side with Fanamisa being knocked, and Ellen Deadly getting a Vape Queen, with Oyoki getting a kill on Fanamisa, and another knock for Shine, with Nix getting a knock of her own, and T-Pack knocking Chahara. And that is the end for Team 21. With T-Pack Agent being revived by Hassam, and Team 12 being victorious in this brief battle at Gatka. So let's leave them there to loot, and as we move over to the Vape team, let's see how they are getting on. And here we have Vape Slayer looting at the military base at the moment, with an M4 and a DP28 equipped. A personal favourite weapon of mine, the DP28. The one thing to consider is the reload time. So although it is a strong weapon, the amount of time it takes could be the difference between a win and a loss. But seeing as Team 7 appear to be on their own at the moment, let's change over to another team and see how they are doing. And if we look now briefly, we have Team 9, Team 20 and Team 21 out for the count for match 1. But let's jump over now to INS Forgotten with 1 kill. And as we see, Team 19 near to Team 4. And Forgotten moving away with an Uzi and a DP28. Changing the Uzi for a Scar. And there we see Sengui losing a little health there. Taking shot at Team 4, who have just thrown a smoke. And there we have Sengui just being knocked and killed there by Nerd from the top floor window, with Professor just trying to take in on Nerd there. And it is Lanulka, with Professor just using an energy drink to recover the last remaining bit of health, as a first aid kit can only give you 75%, a full med kit the full 100, and boosts can then be used to maintain or restore what's left. And as we take a look at the map, the first zone cuts off Stulba, Kameshki, Lipovka, Milta Power, Milta, Shelter, Military Base and Nova Repnoi. And with Team 16 and 5 near to the right side bridge, Team 11 may come across some gunfire as they try and get across. We also have members of Team 10 moving towards the zone, with Team 2, 16, 5, 18, 11 and 7 following. But let's remain with Team 19 for now, with Lanolka and Bajda on reduced health, with Lavak and No on full health at the moment, with shots being taken at Professor, losing a little bit of health there, but with the boosts that have been used, it should be recovered very shortly. And shots continue to be fired towards Professor, with members of Team 4 spreading across the housing compounds near to the hospital, with Shiru and Forgotten on the right side and Professor scoping in from the roof. And as the area falls quiet, let's leave Team 19 and 4 alone for the time being, whilst shots continue to be fired. And let's have a quick look at another team, looking at Team 18, the Zen team. And here we see Venom driving along in a Jeep, just going past Team 2, with the other members of Team 18 following in pursuit in their own vehicles, and Team 2 choosing not to fire, which may be wise considering they are still outside of the zone. And here we see Venom leading the pack. And he is going towards 7E and Team 15, I Am Bot. Now let's leave Venom on his brief drive across the map, and as we see a warning for another red zone directly in the middle of the map, let's have a look at another team and jump over to Team 13, who are shortly going to come into contact with Team 3. And here we see ORG, who are in Gatka, scoping towards 140, with Team 3 just coming in from behind. And now we see Team 3 getting closer to Team 13. And the last remaining member of Team 3 is Task Emil, who could be driving into an ambush very shortly. But he has noticed Team 13's presence and has chosen to go prone. And there we see Forgotten and Professor starting to knock the other team that was with them in the compound by hospital. And we now have another red zone joining us, and that red zone is in the Quarry and Primorsk. And there we see Team 13 started to move away in their vehicles, not noticing Emil on the rock. But what he will need to consider is that although they've driven off, you still have Delight remaining. And there we see Delight now driving off also, with Ravrex getting a knock on the left hand side there. And that leaves Task Emil on his own at Gatka with a buggy nearby, which is just something to, and is now going right. And there we see Ravrex getting a grenade kill there. And let's see if we can jump over quickly and have a quick look with MBZ Hentai getting a knock of his own on Team 8. If we now have a quick look, and there we just join Alucard getting killed, with more grenades being thrown by Ravrex to smoke his teammate, and that is a squad wipe for Team 11 there. And there we see Delight getting a vision floor, and Scobes getting and there we see Aaron being knocked by Tilted, and Tilted being knocked by Leert there, leaving Wilo the last remaining member of Team 14. And there we see Wilo being killed by Org King. And that is the Org team, Team 13, getting a squad wipe for Vision. And now we see Team 13 just looting their kills with 4 kills to their name at the moment. And we are 14 minutes into Game 1, almost halfway through, with 51 players still remaining. And there we see Team 19 firing at the moment. And let's have a look with Forgotten on very little health, and Professor getting Bajza, with Sharu getting Levat there. And that is another squad wipe for Team 19. Losing Sengui in the process, but with 5 kills to their name, it may be worthwhile. And shortly, Team 19 will start being pushed into zone by the blue zone, which at this stage will not do a great deal of health. But as the game continues, the blue zone will do more and more damage on each turn. And here it comes with Forgotten just being caught up by the blue zone. But with 4 first aid kits and 15 bandages, he should be okay. And there we see Zen Wobbly being taken down by Team 22, with Team 22 continuing to fire and Zen Queen coming to the aid of her teammate. And let's have a quick bird's eye look, and we see Team 22 over towards 50, with 2 members of Team 18 in that building there, with another 2 in the building at 335, with Team 22 driving up towards north, going left, and could possibly be coming into contact with Team 15 very shortly. So let's have a quick look, and we see F2 Clark, and we hear Team 22 just drive past, with Team 15 choosing not to fire. And it looks as though Team 15 have got away scot-free, with Bars TDP just in that building there, and choosing not to look on the balcony, where you will see a first aid kit, which can make all the difference when you're in close combat. Now, looking at the map, we have Team 5 on the far right side, with Team 18 just coming up towards Team 15. We will have to see if they choose to shoot. And it appears as though Squawks is in a vehicle. And there we see Infinity getting some kills there, with the Org team being wiped. And there we see Team 18 just going past in their vehicles, managing to miss Team 15 entirely. With F2 Clark just getting inside a vehicle, they may possibly give chase shortly. So whilst we leave them just outside of zone, we will now revisit Team 2, who Team 22 may be coming into contact with very, very shortly. And here we are looking at Predator inside a building doing a bit more looting, whilst Team 2 are just on the coast nearby, not appearing to move at the moment, so they may be trying to hold a compound ready for the next push. So whilst we leave Team 22, let's have another look at Team 2, the Infinity team, who are just looting their boxes by the coast, with Team 22 very nearby. And Team 22 start firing at Team 2, with Team 18 Venom being shot at also. and managing to take cover behind a tree, with Team 15 to the right, Team 22 and 2 just ahead. And the blue zone may start pushing them in very, very shortly, with Venom holding M24. And a smoke is being thrown, possibly to act as a distraction, giving Venom the chance to move location. And Venom has jumped in his vehicle and starts to move towards west, just circling around and joining his teammates, with Team 22 just on left, Team 15 just on the right, and with 43 players still remaining, it will be a very busy final couple of zones. And what we are now seeing is Team 12 coming into contact with Emil, and he may be getting rushed very shortly. And there we see Task Emil being killed by T-Pack Ari, with Team 17 just behind and Team 22 in front on the left. And here we see Team 12 firing with Team 22 just moving forward, and Team 17 in close proximity also. With Team 22 firing more, with Team 15 and 17 and 18 coming into contact, with Rav getting knocked by Vape Slayer. And that is a member of Team 15. With Clark being fired at by presumably Team 18, with Beast knocking Wobbly. And that is a knock for F2 Clark, being knocked by T-Pack Hassam. And that is the end, presumably for Clark, being finished off there by T-Pack Hassam, with Beast and Squawks being knocked, with Beast being finished off, and Wiz just trying to come into the zone. And there we see Ari being knocked by Predator, with these four teams grouped very close together, with teams 18, 15, 12, 17 and 22, with Team Clown just driving in. And there we see Venom and Queen, the last remaining members of Team 18, with Wobbly and Squawks being killed. And there we see Team Ari killing Queen there, leaving Venom on his own, with PDX just coming in from North 50. And there we see Predator getting Ari, with Joker finishing off the kill there. Leaving two members of Team 12 remaining, with Professor killing Team Clown and Hassam being knocked by Rio. With Venom remaining fifth. And there we see Venom getting a knock on Joker there. punch, and Wiz being knocked there and presumably being finished off by the play zone. As we can see, with one member of Team 22 remaining with Rio, and the play zone getting Predator. And there we see Venom also being taken by the play zone. And now we join Team 10 Pratik nearby to Team 17 and 19 at Southeast 150. And there we see Pratik throwing a grenade towards Team 17. And now we join Goddess with Infinity Jeweler just getting a 7 RAV member. With more shots being fired, and Forgotten getting a knock on the Vape team, with Team 17 just jumping on a buggy, driving towards Team 10 PDX, with more shots being fired towards Team 17, with the zone now pushing them in, and Goddess taking a seat in the buggy again, with the blue zone doing taking a large chunk of health from Goddess there. With Ravrex getting the kill on Professor there, with In's Goddess just trying to get him. And shots being fired towards Team 10 PDX. And as we now look at the bird's eye view, we see Team 10 towards Northwest. We see Teams 2 and 11 at 30. And we have Team 17 just below, with In's Wangbo getting PDX physics by grenade. And more shots being fired, with Ravrex knocking and killing Wangbo there. Leaving 2 members of Team 11, 3 of Team 2, 4 of PDX, and more shots being fired by Team 17 and Team 10, with Team 17 continuing to fire. And as we just move into the blue zone briefly to get a better look at the situation, with more grenades being thrown, and there we see PDX Pratik getting a grenade knock there, and Echo getting Pratik knocked, and physics going down by Echo also, with Pratik getting a Kashi, with leaving Team 2 with Ravrex getting knocked by Samu there, leaving it PDX against Infinity to finish off match 1. And there we see Samu going in by car, managing to knock one more PDX, and Fitu, and there we see the end of match 1, and it is Infinity in first place with 13 kills, PDX in second with 8, and 7 Rav in third with 7. A brilliant end to match number 1, and we will be coming up very shortly with match number 2.